now we know how to play some more chords. We know that those chords are happy sounding chords. They're major chords. Now, what do we do if we want to make something sound sad? We're going to have to use minor chords. And the way to tell if a chord is major or minor is if it sounds happy or if it sounds sad. Does it sound happy? You've got a major chord. Does it sound sad? You've got a minor chord. So let's start off with a few of those minor chords just to show you very quickly. So if I start with my E major that we can do now, you can hear that sounds perfectly happy, everything's great. All you have to do when you've made your E shape with your first finger on the first fret of the G, second finger on the second fret of the A, and then your third finger on the second fret of the D, like this, is take away your first finger so as that you have an open G string. And then all you have to do is play 6 strings, and now you have a new chord. This is E minor, and you can tell that this is much sadder sounding. So I'll play the difference between the two of those again. This is E major with 3 fingers on the fretboard, and this is E minor with 2 fingers on the fretboard. Now if you weren't going from E major to E minor, you could also use fingers 1 and 2 in order to make the shape. So it sounds like this. And this will be useful for making some other chord shapes later for certain songs. So we have one minor chord, and that is E minor. Now there are other minor chords as well. For every major chord that you have which sounds happy, there is a minor chord which sounds sad. So it's the same with A major, which we know now as a kind of straight line here with your fingers, all of them on the second fret of the D, G and B, and you play 5 strings. Now you need to move your fingers about a wee bit in order to make the A minor chord shape. So you've got to change things about. Take your fingers off completely, put your first finger on the first fret of the B, your second finger on the second fret of the D, and your third finger on the second fret of the G. Now this chord looks a bit like the E major chord, but it's not. This is totally different. It's the same shape but on different strings, and you get this sound with it. So that's A minor. So A major is the one where we play 5 strings and we have our fingers in a straight line along the second fret, and A minor is the sad equivalent of that. There we go. One more minor chord which I'll show you is D minor. So first of all, if you make the D major shape, which is the downward pointing triangle with fingers 1, 2 and 3, you play 4 strings, just like that. Now in order to make the D minor, your third finger can stay exactly where it is on the third fret of the B, but fingers 1 and 2 are going to have to change position. So put your first finger on the first fret of the high E, like this, and put your second finger on the second fret here of the G, and you still want to play just the 4 strings from the D downwards, and you'll get something like this. So if you keep your third finger exactly where it is when you change from D to D minor, you'll get on absolutely fine. So we now have 3 minor chords in our arsenal. We have E minor, A minor, and we have D minor. So have fun.